Have you ever asked yourself, how much time do I have left? It's a question most of us try to avoid. But after 65, each passing year feels more precious. What if? Your own body is already trying to answer that question. There are subtle, silent signs, often overlooked, that can reveal how many healthy years you might still have ahead. And no, we're not talking about expensive tests or complicated blood work. Science shows that some of the strongest indicators of longevity aren't found in labs. They're found in how you walk, how you sleep, and even how you feel on a regular day. In this video, we'll explore 8 powerful signals your body might be giving you. Signals that can tell if you're on the path to a longer, more vibrant life. These are not old wives' tales or wishful thinking. These signs are based on real research, backed by doctors and scientists who study long-lived, healthy individuals across the world. If you've ever wondered whether you're aging well, or if there's something more you could be doing to improve your well-being, then this video is for you. By the end, you'll know exactly what to look for in your daily routine. And more importantly, what small changes you can make starting today to increase your chances of living longer and living better. Let's begin. Sign number 1. Your walking speed. One of the most reliable indicators of longevity after 65 doesn't come from blood tests or medical scans. It comes from your steps. Your walking speed, how steady and energetic your pace is, says a lot about your heart, muscles, bones, and even your brain. Doctors often say, how a person walks is like an open window into their aging body. And they're absolutely right. A steady, confident walk shows both physical and mental resilience, but when your steps start to slow down, become hesitant or shaky, it could mean your body is quietly carrying the invisible weight of aging. Let's take Mr. Tan, for example. He's 74. Every morning he walks his dog around the block, not rushing, not dragging, just walking with calm confidence. He doesn't need to stop and catch his breath. He walks like someone who's present, grounded. And, well, a neighbor once told him, "Mr. Tan, you don't walk like someone in their 70s. He just smiled and said nothing. What Mr. Tan didn't know is that his walking rhythm is one of the clearest signs of his overall health, and maybe even his longevity. Studies have found that older adults who walk with steady pace and good rhythm tend to live longer, not just because of stronger legs or healthier lungs, but because walking well requires coordination, cardiovascular health, and even a sharp brain. And here's the thing, you can't fake a good walk. It shows in how easily you get out of a chair, how confidently you step off a curb, how naturally you cross the street. If your steps are slowing down, it could be due to poor circulation, loss of muscle mass, or even early signs of cognitive decline. The good news? You can improve your walking speed. By strengthening your legs, improving your balance, and regaining your breath control, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding quality to those years. So if you're still walking with ease, treasure that. That's your body saying we're doing well. And if you've noticed your pace slowing down, don't ignore it. Start small. Climb the stairs, do light leg exercises, go for regular walks, because the way you walk today may be the clearest signal of how many good years are still ahead of you. Sign number 2. Can you balance on one leg? Can you stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds? It may sound like a simple or even silly test, but it's actually one of the most powerful indicators of how well your body is aging and how many healthy years you may still have ahead. Balance is not just about coordination. It's the result of multiple systems in your body working well together, your muscles, nervous system, brain, and even your inner ear. When these systems are in sync and your mind is calm and focused, your body just knows how to stay upright, almost like it remembers where the ground is, even with your eyes closed. But when one of those systems begins to slow down, whether it's weaker muscles, slower reflexes, or decreased brain agility, it starts to show in your balance. And that loss of balance, it's not just an inconvenience, it's a warning sign. Let's take Mr. Ong, 77 years old. During a routine checkup, his doctor asked him to stand barefoot on one leg, arms by his side. He wobbled a bit at first, but managed to hold it for a full 10 seconds without support. Though, doctor smiled and said, That's one of the best indicators of long life we have today. Mr. Ong laughed, but that night he kept thinking about it. Over the years, he had seen friends around his age fall. Some broke a hip, others never fully recovered. That moment made him realize balance is deeply connected to survival. Because balance isn't just about standing still. It's your body's ability to react, to protect itself and to recover. Losing your balance increases the risk of falls, and after a certain age, a fall can change everything. Even more importantly, poor balance is often a sign of other silent changes, like muscle weakness, slower reaction times, or cognitive decline. Sometimes the very first physical change that truly scares someone is the loss of balance. But here's the good news. Balance can be improved. Just like strength and stamina, it gets better with practice and effort. Simple exercises, like standing on one leg near a wall, walking heel to toe, or doing gentle yoga, can bring back that stability. Even just 30 seconds a day can make a big difference. So if you can balance on one leg for 10 seconds or more, celebrate that. It means your body and brain are still working in harmony. And if you can't do it yet, don't be discouraged. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign to start. Every small step toward better balance leads to many more steps in the future. Because longevity isn't just about moving forward, it's about staying strong and steady while you do. If you've made it this far and found this message helpful, comment 2 below so I know you're following along closely. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Click subscribe and turn on notifications. This helps us keep bringing you content that informs, inspires, and strengthens those who want to age with health and dignity. You're watching Elder Longevity, where your health is your legacy. Shall we continue? Sign number 3, grip strength. Is your grip still firm and reliable? It might seem like a small detail, but there's more truth hidden in a simple handshake than most people realize. Grip strength, that firmness you feel when holding something, is one of the most reliable indicators of how well your body is holding up with age. A strong grip suggests your muscles are still active, your nervous system is sharp, and your cardiovascular health is holding steady. But when your grip begins to weaken, it can be a sign of something deeper: loss of muscle mass, weaker bones, and even a higher risk of heart problems and cognitive decline. And it often starts with something simple, like a hand that just doesn't hold on like it used to. Take Mr. Lim, 70 years old. One day, while trying to open a jar of pickles, he noticed it was harder than usual. He didn't feel pain, but he also didn't feel the same strength. A few weeks later, playing with his granddaughter, he realized he couldn't hold her up for long. So he went to see his doctor, who tested his grip strength with a simple device and confirmed that, over just 2 years, his hand strength had dropped significantly. Mr. Lim wasn't sick. He had no major symptoms, but his body was already speaking to him quietly, subtly. That's how grip strength works. It doesn't shout, it whispers. You notice it when carrying groceries feels heavier, when opening a water bottle takes more effort, or when your handshake starts to feel a bit softer. And these changes, they're not just signs of aging. They're warnings of deeper shifts happening inside your body. But here's the good news. Grip strength can be rebuilt. You can train it with simple exercises, like squeezing a tennis ball, lifting light hand, weights, or doing wall push-ups. These movements activate the same systems you use for everyday tasks, and more importantly, they help preserve your independence, resilience, and ability to recover from illness or injury. Because in the end, this isn't just about your hands. Your hands are messengers. When they begin to weaken, they're often pointing to a larger loss of overall strength, something that, over time, can affect your quality of life. But this doesn't have to be your key path. Every time you decide to strengthen your hands, your fingers, your wrists, your forearms, you're making an investment in your future. If you can still open jars with ease, carry shopping bags, and give a confident handshake, celebrate that. It's more than just a daily convenience. It's proof that your body is still strong, responsive, and connected. And if you've noticed some weakness, don't ignore it, because sometimes it's the smallest signs that tell the biggest truths. And in this case, how well you can hold on to something might be a sign of how well you're still holding on to life. Sign number 4. You wake up feeling rested. Do you wake up feeling truly rested most days? It may sound simple, but this is actually one of the clearest signs that your body is aging well and has a strong chance of staying healthy for years to come. Because sleep isn't just the time your eyes are closed, it's the moment your body goes to work behind the scenes, repairing tissues, boosting your immune system, balancing your hormones, and even clearing toxins from your brain. That's why waking up feeling refreshed, without exhaustion or mental fog, is a powerful indicator that your internal systems are still in sync. And that makes all the difference. Poor or disrupted sleep is linked to heart disease, stroke, memory loss, and a weakened immune system. So sleeping poorly isn't just uncomfortable, it's a real risk. Take Mr. Go, 68 years old. For decades, he thought it was normal to get by on just 5 hours of sleep a night. But after he retired, he decided to make a change. He started going to bed earlier, stopped drinking coffee in the evening, and began taking early morning walks to get sunlight. Over time, the results surprised him. He began waking up naturally, no alarm clock. His mood improved. His blood pressure dropped, and even the stiffness in his joints started to fade. As his sleep got better, so did everything else. But here's the catch. We often ignore the signs of poor sleep. If you wake up multiple times during the night, struggle to fall asleep, or still feel tired after a full night in bed, your body is trying to tell you something. It could be stress, it could be sleep apnea, a side effect of medication, or a deeper imbalance. And one of the biggest mistakes is believing that bad sleep just comes with age. That idea can be dangerous, because the longer you go without quality sleep, the more your body suffers. Your mind loses clarity, your movement becomes sluggish, and your immune system weakens. But here's the good news. It can get better, even in your 70s, 80s, or beyond. Simple changes can help your body find its natural rhythm again. Create a calm bedtime routine. Avoid screens and heavy meals at night. Limit alcohol, and get sunlight early in the day. When your sleep rhythm falls back into place, everything starts to improve. Your heart, your brain, your energy, and even your zest for life. So if you're someone who wakes up feeling good most mornings, celebrate it. It's a rare and powerful gift. A quiet sign that your body is still working efficiently on the inside, even if you can't see it. And if you're not quite there yet, don't worry. It doesn't mean you're aging poorly. It simply means you have a valuable opportunity in front of you. Because improving your sleep isn't just about comfort. It's about health, protection, and longevity. Sometimes, how you sleep today can shape your vitality 10 years from now. If you're still with us, leave a 4 in the comments. That lets us know you're watching closely and taking your health seriously. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on the bell for elder longevity. We're here to bring you inspiring, science-based tools to help you age with strength, peace, and purpose. Let's keep going. 5. Maintains a healthy appetite. Do you still enjoy regular meals and feel like your appetite is stable? If so, that's a great sign that your body is functioning efficiently. Having a consistent appetite is not just about what you eat, but how your body responds. A steady appetite indicates that your digestive and hormonal systems are working in harmony. However, if your appetite begins to fade, or if you notice unintentional weight loss, it could be a sign that something more significant is happening. Appetite is a key indicator of vitality, and when it starts to decrease, it can signal that the body may need special attention. Let's look at Mr. Wong, who is 72 years old. He always looks forward to breakfast. A bowl of rice with fresh vegetables, followed by green tea and a few slices of grilled fish. His doctor often says, as long as you continue enjoying your meals, it means your body is doing well. Mr. Wong realized that throughout the years, his appetite never failed him, which has always been a good indicator of his health. However, a decrease in appetite is common as we age, but it should never be ignored as an inevitable part of getting older. Changes in appetite can reflect hormonal imbalances, digestive issues, or in more serious cases, the presence of underlying health conditions. If you begin to notice a decrease in appetite, there are ways to stimulate it. Staying physically active, even with short walks, can help restore natural hunger. Eating with good company or trying new dishes can also bring back the joy of eating. Remember, it's not just about calories, but about your relationship with food and the pleasure it brings. If you still have an appetite and enjoy the flavors of your meals, that's a great sign that your body is still functioning in balance and health. If your appetite has decreased, be sure to pay attention to the signals and look for ways to restore it, as doing so can improve your quality of life and contribute to your longevity. Number 6. Handling stressful situations with more calm. Do you handle stress with more calmness and less overreaction? The way you respond to stress, especially after the age of 60, can say a lot about how much strength your mind and body still have to keep moving forward in good health. Chronic stress, when not properly managed, can harm your health from the inside out, raising blood pressure, weakening the immune system, and accelerating aging, both physically and mentally. But if you notice that you're dealing with challenges more serenely, without the emotional spikes you once had, that's a valuable sign. Not only are you becoming wiser, but you might also be protecting your longevity in a deep way. Let's consider Mr. Lee, 74 years old. For many years, he would react impulsively to any situation: traffic jams, financial troubles, home mishaps. But over time, something changed. When a pipe burst in his kitchen, instead of panicking, he took a deep breath, made a phone call, and calmly resolved the issue. "It's not worth stressing over," he joked. This shift, from explosive reactions to thoughtful responses, goes beyond temperament. It's resilience, and resilience is one of the most powerful signs of healthy aging. When the nervous system is balanced, the whole body functions better. The heart beats regularly, digestion improves, sleep deepens, and decisions become clearer. It's not about avoiding stress, that's impossible. The key is teaching your body to return to balance after a stressful event. The more you practice this, the greater the chance of avoiding stress-related diseases that reduce quality of life and lifespan. Fortunately, this balance can be cultivated. Taking deep breaths, walking outdoors, praying, or talking to someone who listens with empathy, all of these practices help regulate emotions and calm the body. Every time you do this, it's like pressing the reset button on your aging process. So, if today you find yourself not panicking as easily, if you breathe before reacting, or if you handle frustrations better, know that this is no small feat. It shows that your inner world is stable, and this stability is one of the keys to not only living longer, but living better. All longevity isn't about avoiding all of life's storms. It's about learning to face them without breaking. Number 7. Maintaining good cognition. Do you still have mental clarity and easily remember your daily activities? Just like the body, the mind also gives subtle signs about how it is aging. And one of the most reliable indicators that you can live longer and with quality is precisely your ability to think clearly, remember names, follow conversations, and maintain focus with ease. These cognitive skills, which we often don't value until they start to fail, are deeply linked to the health of the brain. And when they stay sharp even after 60, 70 years, it's often a sign that your whole body is still functioning well behind the scenes. Take the example of Mrs. Wong, who is 73 years old. She still manages the family budget, organizes the community book club, and never forgets her grandchildren's birthdays, and she doesn't even need to write it down. Her friends often say that her memory is better than theirs, but the truth is, Mrs. Wong takes care of her mind. She reads every day, does crossword puzzles in the morning, and challenges herself to learn something new each week. She might not realize it, but these simple habits do much more than keep her thinking sharp. They help extend her life. Mental clarity is one of the biggest indicators of longevity because the brain is behind everything. It controls movements, regulates emotions, guides sleep, and even manages the functioning of your organs. When the brain starts to fail, everything else feels the impact. That's why it's essential to pay attention to early signs of cognitive decline, like forgetting what just happened, struggling to find simple words, or feeling disoriented for longer than usual. These signs should not be ignored. When detected early, the brain has a much better chance of recovering. And the good news is the brain can be stimulated and strengthened at any age. Being socially active, reading challenging content, learning new skills, walking outdoors, and maintaining a nutrient-rich diet are effective ways to nourish brain connections. And when the brain is well nourished, life tends to be full of presence and purpose. So if you still feel mentally sharp most days, remember things easily and pay attention during conversations. That's not just luck. It's a powerful sign of vitality. If you've started noticing any changes, don't panic. But also don't brush it off. Taking care of your mind now is one of the smartest investments you can make to ensure a future with more independence, well-being, and joy. Because the sharper your mind is, the more time you'll have to enjoy everything life still has to offer. Number 8. Social life. Do you still maintain meaningful connections with others? This could be one of the most powerful and yet most neglected signs of longevity. We're not talking about just being around people, but truly feeling seen, heard, and valued in relationships that matter. Human beings were not made to grow old alone. When we stop laughing together, talking, or sharing life, even in small moments, we begin to weaken inside without realizing it. But when we stay, socially active even in subtle ways, it nourishes our health deeply and sustainably. Take Mrs. May, for instance, 79 years old. She talks to her sister every Sunday, attends a local knitting group once a week, and always strikes up a conversation with the neighbors while walking her dog. She may not have a large group of friends, but she is not alone, and that makes all the difference. One time her doctor said, "You're doing one of the best things you can for your heart." At first she didn't fully understand. But over time she noticed how much better she slept after laughing with a friend, or how much more energized she felt after a simple lunch with a dear relative. The body responds to connection as if it were medicine. Healthy social bonds reduce inflammation, balance blood pressure, strengthen the immune system, and keep the brain active. They also help prevent depression, cognitive decline, and even decrease the risk of early death. Studies have shown that lack of connection can be as harmful as smoking or obesity. But unlike those conditions, disconnection doesn't show up on exams or in the mirror. It shows up in the spirit. If you've noticed that you've been isolating more, avoiding calls, skipping social gatherings, or finding it easier to stay at home, it's worth paying attention to this, not because loneliness is inherently bad, but because constant isolation can silently rob you of years from your life. And the antidote is simpler than it seems. It might be a phone call to someone you haven't spoken to in a while, a handwritten note, joining a local group, or even starting a conversation at the market. When you engage with the world tends to respond. And when you continue to be part of something, no matter how small, your body understands that you are still needed. If you have true relationships in your life, if there are people who care about you and you about them, know this. It's a clear sign that you are not only living longer, but living better. Final considerations. Now that you've seen these 8 signs of longevity, take a moment to reflect. How many of them are part of your life today? Do you walk with confidence? Can you maintain balance easily? Do you wake up feeling refreshed? Do you eat well, remember things clearly, laugh often, handle stress with ease, and maintain connections with others? These are not just small details of daily life. They are profound signs that your body and mind are still vibrant and have so much to offer. And the best part is that these signs are not set in stone. They are not tests that you pass or fail. They are invitations. If your balance is unstable, you can strengthen it. If your appetite has decreased, you can revive it. If stress is weighing you down, you can ease it. Aging well is not about controlling everything, but about listening to your body and responding wisely. And remember, it's never too late to change the direction of your health. Whether you're 66 or 86, what you decide today can still transform your tomorrow, your walk, your sleep, your laughter, your attention. All of this spreads life, not just in years, but in quality of life. So now I ask you, which of these signs surprised you the most? Which one do you already see in yourself? And which one do you feel you can start cultivating from today? Write in the comments, Share with us what you've learned from this video and how you plan to apply it to your routine. Your experience is important to us. If this content touched you in any way, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who could also benefit. Your support helps us continue producing content that informs, inspires, and transforms lives. Thank you for watching until the end, and see you in the next video. Elder longevity for a longer, stronger life.